You're listening to Write the Book Now interview and podcast show with host and creator Dr. Sharon H. Porter.
Paul Okoye is the founder of MeBookz Publishing. This company is inspired by the joy Paul experiences when reading to his daughter Zara every night. Running out of storybooks to read had become a common occurrence for Zara and Paul, and that's why Paul invented Stories with Zara as the main character. Zara loved them because they were stories about her. MeBookz was born as an opportunity to enhance story time with kids. MeBookz works with a number of authors to create awesome, fun, exciting, and engaging children's picture books with a key difference. Each book is created specifically for your child. MeBookz personalizes the book by replacing the main character with a new character that looks exactly like your child, making your child the star of the story. Because every child deserves to be their very own superhero. Every single book is a unique and well-crafted masterpiece. No one else in the world has an identical book. And now, the Write the Book Now interview with founder Paul Okoye.
Hello, this is Dr. Sharon H. Porter, creator and host of the Write the Book Now interview and podcast show. I would like to thank you for joining us today, and I am so excited to have our guest today, Mr. Paul Okoye. Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be here today.
Absolutely. And so Paul is the CEO and owner of MeBookz Publishing. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So MeBookz really is personalized children's book, and it actually has full illustrations, and from what I understand, it's personalized superhero books.
Yes, well, we have one of our many books is a superhero series.
Oh, okay. You said one of the many.
Exactly. So we do have other books, but one of them would be the superhero series. Yes.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait to hear all about it. Well, we just heard your wonderful bio, but I want you to tell our listeners and your readers who Paul really is.
Absolutely. So like you mentioned, my name is Paul Okoye, CEO of MeBookz Publishing. First, I guess I am a father to two wonderful kids and a husband to my best friend. But when I'm not doing my full-time job of being a good dad and a husband, I'm actually the owner of MeBookz Publishing. MeBookz is a publishing company that specializes in children's picture books. We create fun and fantastic picture books with one key difference. When you purchase any of our books, we actually personalize it to make your child the star of the story. Basically, what we do is we remove the main characters in our stories and replace them with a character that looks exactly like your child, making your child the star of the story. Kids and parents love what we do, and we've been doing it for a couple of years now, and we're loving it.
Paul, this is so amazing. I'm going to tell you, when I actually ran across you, I think on Facebook, and I saw this, it really brought me back to my childhood because many, many years ago, there was this company. It wasn't, I can't even remember the name of it, but my mom actually had these books with our names in it. And so when I saw that something that was still going on, but now more personalized with the illustrations being a likeness of the children, I'm like, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, so tell us, what made you decide to write these types of books?
Good question, actually. See, my foray into the publishing world was somewhat accidental. See, I'm fortunate enough to have a 5-year-old daughter who loves reading. And I think fortunate because when you consider that, be it video games or TV shows are competing for our kids' time and attention, it's small wonder that kids are finding reading and books less cool. So again, lucky enough to have a daughter who loved reading. When she was smaller, it was easier for us to find books for her to read. So is it fun? Does it have nice colors? Very simple for us to find the right books for her. But as she grew older, my wife and I became more selective of the kind of books she read. Who's the author? What's the theme? And then we applied the diversity lens. Can she see herself or a character that looks like her in the books that we read? And when we applied that diversity lens, it became increasingly difficult to find any book for her to read. It was somewhat surprising to me until I did some research into that space, and I realized that there are two particular researches that was done, one in 2012 and one in 2015. The one in 2012 identified that, found that about only 3% of children's picture books actually depicted an African American kid. 1.5% depicted Latinos, 1%, or actually less than 1% depicted Native Americans, only 2% depicted Asian Americans. In 2015, the percentages had increased, but it's only by just 2 or 3%. So African American kids are actually depicted. If you're an African American kid, you have a 6% chance of seeing yourself in the picture book that you purchased. So it became really difficult for my wife and I to actually find books that my kid would read and see herself in. And so one of those days when we ran out of books to read, if you know my daughter, she wouldn't go to bed without a story. And so I had to do something. Now, the story I came up with, I made up a story. The story I made up was not a fantastic story by any means, but I did something different. I inserted her into the story, and she loved it. Weeks and then she kept talking about the stories. She talked about the characters, the lessons learned, not because my story was fantastic by any means, but because it was her story. The story was about her. And that's basically what we attempt to do at MeBookz. We create fun, exciting adventures for kids and put them in the middle of the story. They are the actual stars of the story. It does two things. It gets them excited about reading because they're reading their own story, but also it does a lot to their self-image and self-worth. They're not just looking for a character that looks like them. This is a story about them. They are the heroes. They are the superheroes in the story, and does so much for their self-ego and self-esteem.
Wow. This is just incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. And I'm actually looking at all of the different books that you have. I mean, such a wonderful selection. And I see that you have club memberships. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how individuals can join and be a club member?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, so club membership is free for any parent and child to join. And the idea is once you join the club membership, you get our exclusive membership newsletter where you get up and coming, you get a sense of what books are going to be released and when. You get exclusive discounts and also pre-offers for specific books. The idea is to, outside from just selling books, we want to be a source for literacy and self-improvement, building self-worth for kids. And the idea is with our newsletters, the free books and also discounts that we send out to parents, we can actually help parents begin to build libraries that reflect, that serve as a reflection of their own child. Wow.
This is incredible. So which of the books would you say is probably the one that you sell the most?
Good question, actually. I would say they're all probably equally popular. The one I would say that I've got a lot more feedback on has been our recently released superhero books.
Okay.
It's, I mean, every kid wants to be the superhero in their own story, right?
Right.
The book is titled Incredible Me versus Dr.
Puke. It is so incredible. And I tell, listeners, you've got to find MeBookz. This is, if you have a child or children are in your circle in your life, they are going to absolutely love this. And so it comes in an ebook as well as paperback.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So when you started this, and I don't know how many stories you actually started out with, but can you take us through the process of you adding to your collection?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, so first I wanted to find a unique voice. So again, to provide some context, some of the story I actually wrote myself. Others I actually published other authors. So when you go to our website, you see a combination of my books as well as some other authors there. I first started with looking for a unique voice that I could tap into to create some stories that speak to different values, whether it be honesty, working together as a team. So the first 5 books we worked on was a series called Zara's Big World. And there was one on the case of the missing skunk that talks to the new listen. The fox and the chicken that talks to the listen to apply what you hear from others. There's one about homework. That was a big boom. So we started with 5 books and gradually grew the collection. And how we actually grew our collection of books is by listening to the customers that buy from us. So we often, when you're part of our club, we send out emails out to club members to gather from them what types of discussions, what types of conversations they're having with their kids, what type of stories they would like us to focus on. And based on the feedback we receive, we actually tap into writers who come up with fantastic and fun stories, and then we insert a kid in it to make it even more appealing to the kid.
Wow.
Yeah, and so what we try to do, yes, it's cool that your kid is in the book, and hopefully that motivates them to read. But we also make sure that all our stories are fun, exciting, and engaging, so that even without the kid being in it, it's an exciting and fun story for you to read.
Wow, this is so awesome. And I can imagine the coloring book being a very hot seller. Tell us a little bit about the Robert coloring book.
Oh, yeah, the coloring book. Kids love the coloring because with the coloring book, you can decide what color to use, whether a character is African American, Latino, or Asian. You apply the colors the way you'd like, and kids just love it. And basically what we do with the coloring book actually is, so we've got a full-blown storybook, and each storybook has a coloring book counterpart. So you could either purchase a storybook with the colors already in it, or you could purchase a coloring book version where you actually add in the colors yourself.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. Awesome. And so parents or individuals who are purchasing, they can either choose to have one character or 2 characters. Are there other options?
Yes, good question, actually. So you can personalize up to 2 characters in a book. And we actually just released our Mother's Day book where we have mother and child. So you can actually personalize the mom and the child in the book to look exactly like you and your child.
Wow, this is just absolutely awesome. I tell you, listeners, this is something that you want to check out. I don't know if the masses know about this, but hopefully they will find out soon because this is really a gem, Paul. It really is. I am loving every second of this. I'm loving it. So is there anything, any message that you want to send to the listeners or to the individuals that are going to go on your site and look through all of the books and decide which one they want, which one or which 2 or which 3 they want to purchase? Is there a message that you want to send to them?
So I'll share how they can get the books in the end. But I guess the question I normally hear from folks is it important for kids to see themselves in the books that they read? And my answer is often it's immensely important, and sometimes we take it for granted. So you see, at an early age, a kid begins to form their self-identity and their self-worth by what they see, what they hear, and what they read. And in an industry where we only have 6% of characters, I think it's about 6% out of 2015 of characters that are Black, that look like your kids. What message are we truly trying to send to our kids? I'll share a personal experience. My family lives in a community that is 95% white. The town is an amazing town. The people are just super, where we feel welcome. There's nothing we could complain about. Again, But the challenge is, but the reality is that the town is about 95% white. But for my wife and I, it meant little to us until my daughter walked home from school the other day and said, "Dad, I wish I had blonde hair." Now take a second to think about it. No one had been overtly racist to her. Nobody bullied her. Nobody said anything about her hair. But the environment she lived in fed that information to her. The books she read, the TV shows she watched, the friends around her. There was nothing that celebrated her uniqueness. And so how she interpreted that was, I must not be good. My hair must not be beautiful because I can't see that many Disney characters. I can't see that many princesses with hair that look like mine. And so her interpretation was, I must not be as beautiful as the world is telling me around. See, and so here's the impact. If they do not see themselves in the books that they read and they enjoy, they begin to wonder about their role and their place in the world, and their worth and their self-esteem. So in a sense, I'm doing this for my daughter. And if it ends up that only my daughter reads it, then I think I'm successful, because if I could change just my daughter's view on her self-worth, I'm an excited dad.
Wow.
And so for other parents, you can find our books MeBookz.ca. MeBookz is MEBOOKZ.ca. All purchases are completed online, and it takes us about a week to a week and a half for you to actually get the books.
Oh, that's
so to personalize the book takes us about a few hours to a day, and then we ship it over to you. So depending on what shipping method you select, you could either get it the same week or in about a week and a half.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. And you're also, they can find you on social media if they want to connect with you as well, right? Can you share your social media information?
Absolutely. On Twitter, we are at MeBookz, so that's MEBOOKZ. Same thing with Instagram and Facebook.
This is absolutely incredible. I am just so excited for this. And just really, I can't wait till individuals actually go to your website and begin browsing through your collection, because they are really going to be amazed and impressed with the quality of work that we see here. I salute you, Paul. I really do, you and your wife, and really for having this vision. As an educator for over 25 years, it's definitely something that's needed, especially in our urban school districts. And so I hope that you touch base with schools, with daycares, pre-K. I mean, there's so many avenues that you can go and partner with this, because this is a needed commodity in our urban community. So I just applaud you and just thank you for your vision. So this is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Absolutely.
It's really awesome.
Yes. And so, guys, this has been with my guest, Paul Okoye. He is the CEO and owner of MeBookz Publishing. You definitely have to check him out. All of his links and social media contacts will be in the show notes. So make sure you go to the show notes and connect with MeBookz, because you're going to be glad that you did. And again, this is Dr. Sharon H. Porter saying, please don't wait. Write the book now.
Thank you for joining another episode of Write the Book Now. If you are contemplating writing a book, don't wait. Write the book now with Dr. Sharon. Contact her at info@writethebooknow.com. Also, take a moment to follow us on social media at Write the Book Now.